Plaintiff Ivan Norell is the defendant's father, and Ivan says he feels tremendous guilt about their strained relationship. Ivan insists he's always been there for his son and was the only one who visited him when he was incarcerated. Ivan claims his son forged his name, took power of attorney over his bank accounts, and stole money from him, so he's suing. Defendant Mikhail Norell says he and his father had never been close due to his father's alcoholism. Mikhail insists his father gave him power of attorney because he was in rehab, and he knew that Mikhail was going to borrow money from him.
Tell me what happened.
Mikhail is the second of 3 sons. I've had more problems in dealing with Mikhail than I've had with the other 2. The oldest son has graduated from Virginia State University, my alma mater, and the third son is on full scholarship at Shepherd College in West Virginia. Misha has not attended college on a full-time basis. As I said, I've had a lot of problems with Misha. Early even in elementary school, I can remember Misha not attending to classes as he should, not receiving the grades he should, whereas I had to pick him up after class, take him with me, go over his homework, make sure that homework was done, take him back home, and make sure that he got through the next day. But Misha's the child that, he's the child of separation, child of divorce. His mother and I separated when he was 7. And I've always had some form of guilt because of that separation.
Did you have full custody or something?
No, she has full custody, but I had custody. I could see him whenever I wanted.
Right. And did he continue having education challenges?
I think so.
Even if he tried, or did he ever try?
I don't think that he tried as hard as he could. He was talented, he's capable, but...
How do you know?
Because he's shown me that he has the ability to do.
How?
In daily activities, in responses that he's given me, and when I ask him questions, and following my instructions at times. Misha's a child that will do things that he thinks that you want to hear, or say things that you want to hear, but he will do them only because he thinks you want to hear him. He doesn't do them because they're the right things.
What other problems?
The other problems has been, I've given him to compensate for the separation, and indeed he has taken as much as I've given him and more. And he seems to feel that he deserves these things. Other examples...
The reason I'm asking you this is because when folks come in and say, I've always had problems with my child, I typically want you to substantiate it and then try and delve into why it might have been. Because sometimes it's a variety of things. If you said he doesn't like school and he never performed well in school, it could be he might be talented in another area that you all should have put a focus on. He might have had a creative talent, and perhaps you should have put him in creative environments and stress academics a little less. And then he might have said, okay, academics is a necessary evil, so I have to do that, but my real love is creativity, and I enjoy this, and I'm able to do this as part of school, so I am going to go to school. You follow me? So that's why I'm delving into this. Give me another big example of his behavior.
Another example of his behavior is that he's hyperactive, and he doesn't attend to a project or goal. He will start it, and he'll get excited about doing it.
Sounds like attention deficit to me.
It is attention deficit.
Well, then you knew what was wrong with him academically.
No one ever told me that.
Okay.
It was my own diagnosis.
Right, so if you diagnosed that, then you should have a little understanding of all the destructive behavior that he's had. Let me hear from you, young man. What do you want to tell me about the past, if you will? Then we'll get to the present.
I mean, Your Honor, there is no past. My father's an alcoholic, you know? I mean, there's nothing I can really say about that. That's what, I mean, my brothers have nothing to do with him.
We're talking about you.
We're talking about me, okay. I mean, yeah, I do have an attention deficit disorder.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I graduated high school.
You
I
did?
finished, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've been to college. It's been on and off, but
Really?
community
Okay.
college. But I've still been there.
All right, sir. Is this true?
Off and on, he's been to
Well,
college.
he made it out of high school.
He made it out of high school,
community
barely.
college.
No, been to college? No, I wouldn't say that. He's been there, but he hasn't attended
He's been there.
I just made the dean's list last semester.
Whether he went or not, whether he went to class or not, he
Your Honor,
enrolled.
that-
He walked in the front door and he walked out the back. At least he tried. And he might have learned something on the way through. I'm just having fun with you, but anything else you want to tell me, young man?
I mean, he signed me up for classes last semester in marketing. I mean, I made the dean's list then, but he didn't, I mean, it didn't seem like it made a big deal to him. So it's like whatever I do, it's never
I
enough
just
for
paid
him anyway.
$200 for a book.
Quiet, sir. I'm trying to hear him, and I'm starting to hear things that you need to be listening to. What do you think the basis of your problems with him? Or his
Well,
problems with
I think it's the alcohol, sir.
you?
I
Well,
really
why
do.
wasn't he that with the other two brothers?
He was.
Don't go away. More of Judge Mathis is coming up.
This was money that I gave him to get a restricted driver's license so that he could go to work. $600, he told me he needed it. I wrote a check to Andon because the bank won't let him even walk into the door because they know that he is a fraud. The second check was...
They won't even let him in the door.